Hello, welcome to the third game between Light and Snow, tied at 1-1 in this best of 3. And this time we're on a more normal map, I would say. We have Polypoid, we have Snow in the top left and Light in the bottom right. There's cross spawns on Polypoid, and I think this favors Snow. For us, really wants to be as far away as possible as Terran, so when that push does come, they have ample time to prepare. And I think we're finally in this game going to see carriers, not only because it's cross, but also because it's Polypoid. One of the reasons I think carriers are good on this map is because Terran usually has the third as a mineral only, and against carriers you do want that extra gas. You are getting upgrades, pumping tanks, usually off 2 factories. You're getting up in the tech tree, and you're going to have to mix in some Goliaths. Goliaths each cost 50 gas, so it's really important to have that extra gas count. But we'll see. Here we have Snow, who's gone for 12 nexus 2 times in a row. And we're going to see it again. So another 4-player map, another 12 nights from Snow. And then we have Brax at the natural 4 light, likely going to be our barracks expand. Let's see if this SCV goes out to scout. And it will. So, for Terrans out there learning, when do you scout? If you're going to go for that delayed gas, it's just scout after 9 SCVs are on minerals. And there's a 12 nexus from Snow. Which follow-up will he do? He's not cutting probes, but this was a 12 nexus again. And he's trying to fake out Light again, but I don't think it will. Lightning won't strike twice with this kind of strategy. I don't think. There's the gateway from Snow. Light, no gas quite yet. And let's see if Light goes for that adjacent scout. Is he gonna scout both adjacent bases first, or is he gonna scout cross? And he's going for the adjacent scout. And why does Terran do this? Because if you're gonna scout Protoss and their cross map, the likeliness of you rushing Nexus first effectively is extremely reduced. And then it looks like Light did predict it was gonna be a Nexus first. So he's pumping Marines non-stop, but now he realizes, okay, it's cross map. Even if it is Nexus first, very unlikely I'll be able to get anything done. There's core for Snow, and there's a command center for Light. He did produce 3 Marines. This is a very big investment in Marines, especially since you're not going to be able to do anything with them. Looks like there was a slight pause there. And there's that first Zealot out. Core's on the way. See a second Zealot? Are we going to see a second Zealot? There it is. And there's that probe just hanging around at the front of the base. And there's Light getting that scout, and he's going to see another 12 nexus. Good Zealot block at the ramp. Doesn't want to reveal what his follow-up was, if it's 2 gateway follow-up or just 1. There's that second Zealot. And again, just second factory from Light as well. So no bunker, delaying that bunker as long as possible. Cross map, you do have more time. And there's a lot of this out to shoo away that SCV. And again from Snow, Robo immediately. No Dragon range. He's gonna get that faster Robo. One of the weaknesses of 12 Knights is you do normally get that Robo much later. Good Marine move out there to snipe that scouting probe. And there's the bunker from Light. So very safe and secure. And then second add-on immediately. Robo almost done. Range still not even started. This is probably going to be reverb before even range. Second gas already started for Snow. Very fast second gas. And he's going to go scout with that Dragoon. There's a range, just barely able to afford it. We did get this second gas for a reason though. Observatory going down at the natural. Still only on the one gateway. And we have Snow following up with double vulture upgrades immediately, only making the one tank. No second gas. Armory only going down now. So different follow-up from Light as well. And here we have Snow with 2 gateways being added. And the second observatory looks like he's forgotten about the one at the natural. See, this is a slight mistake here from Snow. And there's a Stargate. So it is going to be a carrier follow-up from Snow. As expected. But it's going to be 2 base carrier. Not 3. And here we have Light moving out. 1 tank and 3 marines. And it's going to be follow-up with vultures. But Light wants to hide these vultures as long as possible. Their speed finally. Wrapping around with the vultures. Cancelled that second observatory. And he does have a nice wall. So he is defended. If not in terms of units, he does have the wall, which also helps. Mines being laid, and he has to be careful here. Vultures can't be allowed in. So it's just barely to get back in time, and they do eat the mines. You see how strong Zealots are against mines. Imagine a Dragoon eating 3 mines. Impossible. And all the Zealots go down, but so do the Vultures. I guess it's a little known fact. Look at the mines. The mines do 125 damage, but they only do half damage to small units like Zealots. And because Dragoons also have a larger surface area, not only do they take full damage from mines, but there's more where they can be hit. And there's a second target and the fleet beacon. No +1 quite yet from Snow. That's why he has his fast second gas. And he's making a lot of Zealots because he doesn't have the gas count to produce non-stop Dragoons and carriers. Third command center from Light. Very fast third command center. And he's getting his scans on. This is very important. Let's see what happens the moment scan finishes. Where do his scans go down? Very good harassment from Light. Looks like no scans are being used. Slowing down that third nexus and first carrier in production. Still does have enough gas for that second carrier, but he is supply block. You can see supply lowered there for a second, so he's cutting units to get those carriers up. And cans go off and reveal absolutely nothing. So I was wondering why that +1 wasn't started, and that was actually very cute by Snow. He didn't start +1 until only after the scans had gone off. And this is precious amounts of time that Light isn't going to have to know what's going on. You can see Snow is floating minerals now, but that's only because his third nexus was delayed. And there's that observer scouting that third nexus, but because he's going for 2 base carrier, he's not going to be able to do anything to pressure that. Snow is going to double expand, but there's a vulture already laying in wait. And we have another scan go off for Light. Where did it go? I missed it. Fourth nexus going down for Snow. And the first 2 carriers are about to pop out. And Light still has no idea what's going on really. He's adding factories now. He's going to get that science facility +1 is almost done. He's going to need that second army. There it is. It's going to be a different game from the previous 2. There we have Light scanning that cybernetics core spinning. And even though he hasn't confirmed the position of the Stargates, he will know that it's going to be carriers from Snow. And these 2 carriers are already heading out. Is this to hide them, or does he actually plan to attack with them? Looks like he wants to attack with the first 2 carriers. The 2 carriers, as they're building up their interceptors, not very threatening quite yet. Bunker again gets targeted by Light. So mines being laid. Dragoons are faster than observers, so you can see Snow has to be careful, has to wait for that observer to get there, and then finally scouts the 2 carriers heading out. He already knew this was coming. He's producing Goliaths already pretty fast. Now, one difference here, because it is cross, Light wasn't forced to take this mineral only. He can actually take this very far away third. Well, actually it's not that far away, but this harder to defend, farther away third pretty easily. And now he has this critical third gas. He's going to be able to get a ton of Goliaths on top of getting his armor, weapons, and tanks. Snow with his own third gas base. Has a nice block here. Vulture's not likely to do much damage here. And these are still just the first two carriers, third and fourth about to pop. And only now, I think we'll see gateways being added by Snow. Carriers pick off one tanks, but have to be careful. Dragoon's coming in for support, and this is a very nice attack by Snow. If anything, just to slow down Light, harass a little bit. And there, Snow is forced to retreat, but he's gonna wait for this third and fourth carrier. And with 4 carriers, you have a significant damage spike as Protoss. Oh, some more mines triggering. +1 about halfway done. Protoss upgrading weapons. +1 just finished. Now we have 3 Stargates and more gateways being added. Do we have a Citadel? I don't see a Citadel. Cannons only added now. Very delayed cannons is very good. You want to spend your monies on gateways and other things. Like taking a better position out on the map. And this is important because carriers are much less effective in the open. They're very effective when there's water, there's ridges, there's cliffs. Places where they can run away from the Goliath fire. Second Cybernetics core, and it's a very heavy investment, but the extra benefit of the plating will help the interceptors out a ton. There's a guide on YouTube on how it works. Goliath first carrier by Nyoken. The extra minerals are being dedicated to cannons, and here comes Light. And now this is a very big army. 2-1 about to be finished, so this is a perfect time to attack right before it's done. Some Vultures being mixed in too, because Vulture is also useful. Zealots still don't have speed, and there's no Citadel. It's going to be only Dragoons, tanks really. And it is 4 carriers, here we go. Tanks, not quite sieging. This is a decent place for the carriers to engage. Good area to run away from the Goliath fire. But it's a ton of Goliaths, 2-1 just finished. And if the interceptor count is kept low, then Snow can't really engage the Terran army. No 4th command center yet from Light. He's really focusing on this push. Very low on gas. Enough gas there to start weapons 3 and plating 2. And this is where Light has the chance to dominate on the map. Even though there's a lot of carriers out, they don't have the interceptor count. They don't have the upgrades to engage the Terran. You see one tank instantly goes down, another tank goes down, but the longer the carriers engage here, the less interceptors there will be, and Protoss will be forced to retreat. This is basically a game of buying time. Protoss just buys time to build up that interceptor count, weaken the Terran army. And the Terran wants to just keep pushing. Keep pushing, keep pushing. Vulture's being laid. This is to cut off counter paths. 4th command center here from Light. Surprised he didn't take 3 o'clock. Now Light is on the low ground here, but again, no Zealots, just pure Dragoons. And his army is very strong. Gateway army doesn't have any upgrades. Here we have a command center at the top right. Light taking basically both corner bases, and this is very good against carriers. This is what you do. Carriers aren't very mobile. Basically, all carriers will be at one position at once, so if you take both corner bases, it's very hard for Protoss to kill both. You have Light. Light's army standing out. There's 7 carriers here. Only 2 tanks. Well, actually, 4 tanks left. But because all of Snow's bases are on high ground, it's with cannons, it's actually very hard for Terran to push. And if Light is reinforcing like this, he has to be careful. His units are going to get cut off. I think Light should actually just retreat here and regroup. Snow does have a lot of bases though, so Light is feeling pressured. He wants to attack. Carrier's rerouting to find a better attack path. See, he targeted something there so he can get some interceptors out. Here we have the tanks sieging down the Nexus. This is only one Nexus. Dragoons coming in from the bottom. And this army is going to get cleaned up. But in the meantime, Light did establish 2 command centers. He only has to saturate the bases now. He is pumping off 3, 7, 9 factories. But his army does get cleaned up. He did kill a significant number of probes here. You have a lot of mines being laid out on the map. Look at how annoying these cannons are by Snow. They just give Protoss so much time. But Light is macroing well. He's keeping on the pressure. He wants to keep Protoss on the back foot. Carrier is only being used defensively now. As soon as that switches, it becomes a lot harder for Terran. Good block there by Light. Just in time. 1 tank here. He's going to be forced to run away. Now this command center is basically undefended, but because Snow is so preoccupied with establishing his own bases, he can't go out and attack any base really. Being kept on the back foot. Both cybernetics core spinning now. Still have the Gateway army. I think this was an oversight not getting that +1. Even if you're going for carriers, you still make ground army. And if they're unupgraded against Terran that's on 2-1, especially with 3-2 about to finish, this is going to be very important for Snow. He's going to need something other than carriers to eventually combat the Terran army. Non-stop pressure by Light. He's still making SCVs. He's going to saturate these new bases. Now here we go. We have one of the bases that Light took going to be killed, but Light just keeps expanding everywhere. And while this does hurt, this is actually going to be a big blow. He's going to lose a ton of SCVs. It's not the end of the game here for Light. We have a probe heading to bottom left, and if Snow can sniff out these 2 command centers, then it starts to look a little bit different. But we did have another upgrade finish for Light. He's on 3-2, and his 3-2 is done well before Snow's further upgrades are. He's only on 2-1 on these carries. He's getting 3-2 now. Tons of mines being laid. It's going to force Snow to make more observers. He's trying to find a good path to attack Snow, but you can see every base is on the high ground in this match. And with cannon support, with carriers behind, and we're at 12 carriers. Snow, how many bases does Snow still have mining? This is a lot of income for Snow. Valiant, the best place to attack is mineral only, biggest ramp here, and Snow is being forced to retreat. And you see Snow is maxed out. He's building up that mineral bank count, which he's going to need to non-stop produce these interceptors. We have a counter heading to Light's base, and the mineral only also getting killed by these Dragoons. It looks like Light is just going to lose his remaining bases while his army is out here fighting. And he needs that economy to keep producing. Looks like Snow hasn't lost a single carriers. None of them even significantly bruised up. And this is looking bleak for Light. Looks like his Goliath mass is getting cleaned up. 12 carriers still alive. And with 2 more command centers going down, Light is just not going to be able to keep up economically. Carriers fighting off the Goliaths very effectively. You see the Goliaths can't walk up towards the carriers, and just too many interceptors out, too much bank for Snow. Tank trying to wrap around and actually kill another base, but no Nexuses have gone down. 12 o'clock, while it was harassed, didn't lose any probes, or didn't lose the Nexus, only probes, and the tanks easily get cleaned up by the carriers. And what does Light have left? Looks like nothing. Just very, very well executed build by Snow. It looked for a moment there a little bit dicey, but once Light's first push got cleaned out and he was able to cancel out these command centers, Snow was able to win just with sheer mass. I thought the lack of ground upgrades would hurt him, but carrier's just too strong, especially on this map. Very well played, and that'll be all. Thanks for watching another StarCastTV cast. Best of 3, Snow wins 2-1, and tune in next time. Like and subscribe, and ciao.